all, I'm Nell, solo parent and hardworking mom. The brain drain in the Philippines isn't just a theory. It's not a rumor. It's not a maybe. It's real. And it's accelerating. And if we don't talk about this openly, honestly, and urgently, then our future as a nation becomes debatable. Today, I am digging into the truth behind one of the biggest, most ignored crises in the Philippines. Why Filipinos are leaving, why the government can't stop it, how it affects you, and what the next 10, 20 years will realistically look like. This is the conversation no politician wants to have, but every Filipino needs to hear. Brain drain means your smartest, most skilled, highest potential citizens are leaving the country, and they are not coming back. We are not talking about nurses, engineers, IT professionals, teachers, doctors, architects, scientists, pilots, skilled tradesmen, and increasingly the younger generation. When your best minds leave, your country loses talent, innovation, leadership, and future potential. It's like a basketball team where all the best players transfer, and you are left rebuilding from scratch every season. Let's stop pretending this is a mystery. People are not leaving because they hate the Philippines. They are leaving because the math doesn't lie. First, salary gap. A Filipino nurse earns 15,000, 25,000 per month locally, 150,000, 250,000 abroad. Not two times, not three times, up to 10 times, 20 times more. Second, career growth. Abroad, training is better, technology is newer, systems are more efficient, promotion is based on performance. Here, politics, connections, waiting your turn, underfunding, lack of equipment. Third, stability. Overseas equal predictable future. Philippines equal unpredictable economy, inflation, unstable institutions. Fourth, safety and quality of life. Let's be honest. Better healthcare, better public transport, cleaner cities, less corruption and daily life. Fifth, many live and never look back. The longer they stay abroad, the less likely they are to return, not because they abandoned their country, but because their country abandoned them first by not giving them opportunities. The most affected sectors are: first, healthcare. The Philippines is exporting nurses faster than it can train them. Hospitals here are understaffed, overwhelmed. Second, education. Thousands of teachers leave every year. Larger class sizes, weaker education quality, slower national development. Third, engineering and tech. Asian neighbors like Vietnam and Malaysia are grabbing tech talent while the Philippines bleeds it out. Fourth, aviation, maritime, skilled trades. Our OFWs run the world's ships, but we can't build enough infrastructure here. When the best leave, you get a national imbalance. What's left behind? Overworked professionals, undertrained staff, young people without mentors, industries lacking leadership, a government without enough experts. The Philippines isn't just losing workers, it's losing problem solvers, innovators, and future leaders. The economic impact is: first, remittances are not a long term strategy. Yes, OFW send money, but that doesn't grow industries. It doesn't create new technologies. It doesn't increase national productivity. It makes families survive, but it doesn't make the whole country rise. Second, slow innovation. Countries like Singapore, Vietnam, and Malaysia move fast. We move slow because we lack manpower to innovate. Third, high dependency or foreign economies. If America, Europe, or the Middle East suddenly stop hiring, the Philippines collapses overnight. What the future looks like if this continues? Let's be brutally honest. Year 2040, millions more Filipinos abroad, local industries struggling. The Philippines becomes a service export country permanently. Year 2050, the Philippines becomes dependent not on OFWs, but on foreign labor entering the Philippines to fill gaps just like what happened in the UAE and Singapore. Imagine foreign nurses in Philippines hospitals, foreign engineers building Philippine roads, foreign teachers in Philippine classrooms. This future is not impossible. It's already happening slowly. Is there hope? Yes, but only if we act as follows. First, salary reform for critical sectors, especially healthcare and education. Second, invest in R&D and technology. Countries don't grow by exporting people, they grow by building systems. Third, reduce bureaucracy. Talent won't stay where opportunities are blocked by corruption. Fourth, treat professionals like assets, not as cheap labor. Fifth, encourage diaspora return programs, but not the balikbayan token welcome, real incentives, tax breaks, fast track licensing, relocation support, business grants. My final message: the brain drain is not a shame of the Filipino people. It is a failure of the system to value them. Filipinos aren't leaving because they don't love the Philippines. They leave because the Philippines doesn't love them back in the form of opportunity, fairness, and growth. And until we fix that, our future as a nation will remain, as the title says, debatable. But if we start making changes now, then maybe, just maybe, the Philippines can still turn this brain drain into a brain gain one day. Thank you for subscribing to and watching my channel. I'm Neld, solo parent and hardworking mom. See you next episode.